Hello, everybody. Welcome to iMoot. It's Stefan from the iMoot team. I've got the huge and tremendous pleasure to introduce some serial iMoot offenders, Tabitha and Miriam, who've been doing presentations already at this iMoot, but who've been doing presentations before. They're both e-learning specialists from the Waitemata District Health Board in New Zealand. And in this session, they're going to talk to us about the improvements in communication in Moodle 3.2. So I'm really looking forward to that. And just knowing how energetic these two are, this will be a brilliant session. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for that introduction. We might be slightly less energetic. I think the colds are getting to us. But yes, I'm Miriam. This is Tabitha. And we are instructional designers at Waitemata District Health Board currently, but we have also previously worked together at Unitec Institute of Technology as LMS administrators, and work sometimes still for HRD&Z Moodle partner in New Zealand. Stuart, hi, shout out. So in this presentation, we're going to look at messaging, forums, and setting up communication preferences. And please do ask questions as we go, share your experiences, and ask us about any challenges you're having so that we can interact with you.
Okay, how to use the mouse.
Like a normal mouse, it's got buttons.
Okay, move it again. Oh dear.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so we'll start with messaging. So there have been quite a lot of improvements lately in the messaging interface, so it looks a lot nicer these days. You find messaging in a couple of different places. We've highlighted them with a middle orange for you. In the top right, you'll find a messaging icon. Looks a little bit like some of the other
speech bubble.
Social media platforms have these sort of looks to them these days. So you can see the top one up there. You'll also find it under your own name. If there's a little menu under your picture of yourself, and you can click on messages there. And the other places to point out are that you can get to messaging from the participant list. When you're looking at a person in your courses, you can see the message button there. You can still also get to people on the messaging block if you still use those in your courses. So to take you through the experience, we're going to pretend we're Charlie, and Charlie wants to message one of his friends in his course. So Charlie's going to click on that little speech bubble. He's going to say new message. While we're looking at that screen, I may as well tell you what else you can see. There is a little tick that's for mark all as read, and next to it there's a beautiful cog.
The cog is your friend.
So
from our other presentation, for those of you who were there.
That's where you get to your message preferences, but we'll talk more about that later. Next slide. Okay, go on. Teach me how to use your mouse.
That's that button. Okay. It's a gaming mouse, so it's got about 1 million buttons on it.
What?
Okay. So from here, Charlie can search for his classmates and message them. If Charlie clicks on the grey bar, which doesn't look very grey on our presentation, on the left that says search, and he's quite computer literate, so he knows that he doesn't need to look for a button.
Yeah. Well, unlike me, who was like trying to click on these words, like it's wrong. Don't click there. Click over there.
Yeah, so Charlie's more computer literate than Tabitha.
But wait, there's more. You don't have to search for the person. So Charlie could remember his friend's name, but Peter couldn't. So Peter's going to look in his course. Peter's doing a course on gravity defiance. So he wants to find some classmates, but he can only remember what they look like, or at least what they look like when he sees them.
Yes. So Peter does a search for his course, and when he clicks on the course name, it comes up with all the people in the course. Yeah. And it comes up with the pictures, which sometimes can really help, especially for someone like Peter Parker, who obviously can't remember his friends' names, but he can remember what they look like.
And so he has clicked on Natasha, and over here he's starting to, he's opened up Natasha here. He's going to write his message down here.
Yeah.
And then he'll press send over here. See, Natasha.
Yay. If he wants to add the person as a contact, he just needs to click their name up here where we've got the arrow pointing in the top of the chat area. And then that takes you to a view like that down there that Tabitha is circling right now. And you have some options like send a message, add contact, or block contact. And I like how block contact is in red. It's sort of a danger. You're blocking someone here. Although I probably would have put that down the bottom.
Yeah. It took me quite a while, not that computer literate, to find where you add the contact, which is why we're making a big deal out of this.
We can't add contacts from the messaging screen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yes, you can. So
yeah, you don't just click on their name on the left, you click on their name at the top.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and there's an edit over on the right.
Yeah. Edit.
You don't click there either.
No. Okay, this is the way that I thought you had to add a contact. I thought you went into your course and you find the participant that you're looking for in the participants, and then you open up that person and then you add them as your contact. Really long way is probably the way that teachers will do it, especially the older teachers. Probably a lot better with younger people. They'll know how to do it.
Younger than you. Okay. So we've gone back to Charlie. He's figured out how to add his friend, and he searches for his friend Joe in the messaging interface, and he selects Joe so that it highlights in blue, and then he can type his message like you see here and press send. And don't worry, Charlie, if the box is too small for your message, it will grow as you type.
And then you press the send. Here's the send.
Yeah.
Back to Peter. Peter,
Joe, you've written Joe. Oh, Joe.
Okay. Joe logs into Moodle. There we go.
Yeah.
Joe logs into Moodle and he sees a little 1 here. So again, it looks a bit more social media sort of style here. You get a little number that tells you that there is a message to be read.
Yeah.
Down here, you can see the beginning of that message. So Charlie said, "Hi, Joe. Have you started?" I can't read the whole message, but he can click on it and open it and read the rest.
So it's a lot like something like Facebook, where the notifications come up on your messaging and you can click it and you see a list of all your messages, and then you click on the actual message and it opens up the message. So I quite like the move towards a messaging system that is using obviously a tried and true method from other systems, as opposed to the messaging system before, which was not so great. And yeah, Natasha also sees the message from Peter.
So back to that other button. There was an edit button over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That yellow arrow.
Yeah. So that one is where you go if you want to delete the messages. So you can delete them one by one, or you can delete them all. If you're looking at a message you've received here, you can reply down here. So the same way as you would write a message.
God, your mouse is hyperactive.
Sorry.
Okay.
But that's just the messaging.
Yeah.
Any questions? Or you want us to just keep going?
I mean, we got through that in 5 minutes flat.
It's easy.
Oh,
you
good.
can do it. Okay.
It's a reasonably user-friendly interface now, which I quite like.
Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to look at notifications.
We're going to look at the preferences pages and setting preferences for forums, messages, and other notifications. So
right next to your message button, you'll have a little bell that will tell you where your notifications are.
Mm-hmm. And these are notifications that are not messages. So everything else that the system might notify you about, such as assignments that are due, assignments that have been submitted if you're a teacher, or
forums.
forum stuff goes in there. There's a whole bunch of
Mm.
things which we'll look at when we go through the settings, but pretty much everything else that Moodle wants to tell you about goes into that, which is all the little bits of mail delivery. That's right. So this screenshot shows a student notification, a student, their notification that they have successfully submitted the assignment, provided in the assignment settings, it is set to notify students that they have submitted the assignment. So you can turn that off in the individual assignment settings. I don't recall if yes or no is the default. Sorry. And
down below that, we've got a teacher receiving a notification. That's
provided
provided
setting
that
is set
yeah.
to notify teachers
Yeah.
that assignments have been submitted.
I think I'd turn that off after the first week.
Yeah.
400
Stop.
students all
Stop
telling you that they
telling
submitted
me.
Biology 101.
Yeah. However, if you leave it on, when the teacher clicks on the notification,
They go straight here.
they go
Yay.
straight there.
They know
to the
exactly where
assignment,
they are. Look, they
which
just
is quite nice.
then they can just click on grade.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. And this one's the student. So the student can
The
go
student
back
goes,
Yeah.
to the same place, but obviously they see their own submission and they can't grade it.
Yeah.
Presumably.
But let's see the grade if the teacher has got that notification and marked it straight away. Cool.
Badge notifications.
Yeah.
You got these to work?
Must have. I got a screenshot.
Excellent.
So you can set it to notify people when they receive a badge. I think I got a little pop-up thing on iMoot actually when I got a badge. So they've obviously set it up too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when they click on it, they can read all the details about their badge and put it, download it, put it in their backpack or whatever.
And clicking on it takes you to this screen, which gives you, as Tabitha said, all your details about your badge and...
Yeah, and they can click on the thing here, manage your badges, and they can go and look at it.
Except yours probably doesn't have the superhero on it.
Yeah. What's the screenshot for?
Oh,
Forums.
This was forums, because we couldn't actually get the forum notifications to work on our local installs, which we presumed was because forum notifications only go out when a cron job runs, maybe? We're not sure, but they wouldn't work on our local install, and we don't have cron jobs running on our local installs. So
That's the one from
Stuart
iMoot.
says yep.
Yeah. So this is
So-
a screenshot just to show you if you haven't noticed this in iMoot's website.
Yeah, so if you haven't noticed this, you probably have about 100 forum notifications by now.
Don't worry, you can mark them all as red. Just mark them all as red.
Mark them all as red by
That one.
clicking that little tick, and you start again from a clean slate. It doesn't remove them from the list, but it does just mean that they're not in that little red thing piling up all your unread messages. References. So, as with previously, there are a whole bunch of preferences that you can turn on and off and all that sort of stuff. But the interface is a lot nicer now, and it's a lot easier to understand what it is you're turning on and off. So, yes, good one.
Okay, so we've got to find our preferences. So we can click on there's a little arrow here next to your picture at the top right, and you can come down and click on preferences. That will take you to a page of all of the preferences. So all of those preferences are long and many. So it's worth having a look at them because there are actually some interesting things going on outside of just the communication stuff. Hi, Gareth. We won't go through them all today, but we wanted to make sure you knew that there are quite a few things to look at, like the editor.
Wait. My notes are on the wrong slide.
Okay, so right, the admin notification preferences looks different to everybody else's. Okay.
Yes, we discovered this because I was logged in as an administrator into my local install, and Tabitha was logged in as just an authenticated user. And we were going, why are our preferences different? And of course, we clicked on the fact that administrators would have different notifications to users.
Okay, so you've got someone assignment and feedback and
Hello,
forum.
Gareth.
You've got red and green to tell you what's happening. Yeah. So you've got different preferences for web or email, and it's whether you're online or offline when you receive that notification. How do you want it to behave? It's quite easy to see what's going on, and literally you just touch the red or the green and it changes to the other option.
Yeah.
And it saves itself. It's great. So let's have a look.
Yeah. So
the quiz thing. The quiz thing is not available to authenticated user by but here it is in the admin. So
yeah.
Interesting.
So that whole quiz section was missing, and I can understand why a general user may not be notified of quiz submissions, though you'd think teachers should be, but maybe not. But confirmation of your own quiz submission is not an option for an authenticated user. We're not sure why.
We'll just keep playing.
It may just be something that'll be fixed eventually.
Lots of system notifications.
Lots of them. Oh gosh.
What's that doing there? Do we want that to be there? Can't remember.
I don't know why that's there. Hang on. It might have something to do with. We'll come back to the slide if we figure out why it's in there. There's no notes or anything.
Yeah. So we were wondering if the forum tracking affected the notifications as well.
Yes, not just the cron job. If the forum tracking, if you have tracking set to do not track posts I have seen or not seen, does that affect your forum notifications? Does anyone know?
Yeah, because it's just when sending forum post notifications, mark the post as read. So we were like, oh, okay. So if they get a notification, then when they go to the forum, it's already marked as read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
Okay. What about these ones?
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So notifications of enrollment expiration. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inbound message configuration, event monitoring. These are your admin ones. User notifications. So this is your general user stuff. So
now, one of the things I noticed was that so the admin notifications were taken on my screen, and the user notification screenshots were taken on Tabitha's screen. I'm on a PC version of Moodle install, and Tabitha's on a Mac version of Moodle install, and our email and web columns were the other way around. Why?
Yeah. You think? No. When we were doing administrative type stuff for a big polytech, there were people who were students who were turning things off. They were
going in and they were editing their preferences.
Yeah. And the teachers are like, no, don't let them turn these off. We want them to be spammed by us. And we're like, no. We're not
going to remove the ability for them to edit their own preferences.
So yeah, some students do, and I think when a student works it out, they tell all their friends that they can change the preferences, and they help each other.
I mean, who hasn't gone into Facebook and changed all their notification preferences for things and their security preferences and things like that?
Yeah, so you can see it's a much shorter list of system preferences. They still get notified when their enrollment expires, so they'll know if they're going to be dropped.
Yeah.
Could be just your users.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't know. So yeah, that was really just a quick preview of the preferences, just so that we could show you guys that they are there. There's quite a lot of them. You can read through them. They're a bit more user friendly than they used to be, and I had a lot of fun making everything turn green, really.
So the admin account had 11 more options than the authenticated user did. And then we were like, oh, okay, well, what if we want people to have this? And I thought if we want them to have them, we could change the role permissions, which is why this slide is here. Yes. Because we thought, well, why don't we have a look at what's going on for Peter Parker, who's an authenticated user, and let's see what notifications he has. So by default, the notification
when an attempt is submitted, and when an attempt becomes overdue and needs to be submitted is set to no. And we're not sure what the ramifications are of changing those. So that's one of those things where we found this thing, we haven't played with it, we're not sure you should, but if anyone's keen to try, go for it. But there are some things in the chat I just want to highlight, which are, it could be problematic because many users will not understand what it is they are turning on and off, which is a point.
But they're just notifications. They're not
turning on and off the ability to submit assignments or anything.
And they're not like automatically delete everything out of my course. They're not that sort of thing. It's not
dangerous settings. It could just be annoying if you're trying to message your students and they're not getting anything because they don't get notified about it.
So let's go have a look at forums.
And Christina asks, are there defaults that are different? Can you set defaults that are different from Moodle defaults? We didn't look into that. But presumably you can. Because even if you go in and change some config file somewhere that says these are the defaults for something, you can change stuff. So it's just whether you have a front-end interface to change stuff or not is the question.
So forum moderation is getting easier with the new features they've been adding. So you can do things like discussion locking now and close off discussions after a period of inactivity. Or you can close them off if you're concerned by the behavior that's happening in them. So it's starting to see some really cool tools coming in forums. And there's this new mark all as read, which we want to show you because that's certainly going to make things a lot easier for those really, really busy forums. So here's a forum. And it's looking at some chemistry for superheroes. Tony Stark's come and ask the students to give him a hand. So here they are giving him a hand. And so when we look at the forum preferences, we can see that Charlie has 200 posts. And Charlie's preferences at the moment are here. He is going to be subscribed to the forums and he wants posts highlighted and not marked as read. Okay, so here we are, we're in the course and we can see the 2 unread messages in this thread. Yeah, and up here, when you click on that, on the tick, like right on the tick there, it'll actually mark everything read, all of the posts, all of them, yeah.
If you click on the one that's up by the unread word, it marks all the threads as read. Or you can go down and just mark specific threads.
Yeah.
However, one of the things...
I missed something.
Yeah, however... it would be good to also have it the other way around, where you can change it back to mark as not read, so that if you want to come back to something later, it's almost like marking it for later.
So, you know, when you're on your way home on the train and you look at your messages online because you've got your phone, right? So you're having a look through and you've read everything and then you're like, oh, well, I'm going to like mark that as unread so I can reply when I'm at home and I can attach that file and do whatever. You can't do that here. So that would be a great addition in the future.
Once it's been read, it's been read.
Yeah.
One day, no unseeing that. Or to be able to flag.
Yeah, flag would be great too.
Flag.
Yeah. Set a reminder, like an email, like you do with your,
some sort of system where you can mark things for later.
Can I move on?
Yes, you can move on now.
Discussion logging. Okay, so in the forum settings, you edit your forum settings. When you look down, you'll find there's an option to look at discussion locking, and you can lock the discussion after a period of inactivity.
Yeah, and so that will do it automatically, which is quite nice. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah, like a to-do list, Gareth. Yeah, a little bit like a to-do list.
Maybe like add it to a to-do list and maybe it can then go up in your notifications.
Like change it to a task sort of thing.
Change it to a task. Yeah. Oh, wait.
Hey, we're at the end.
Hang on.
How did we get to the end?
There was something else I wanted to say that I didn't realize you hadn't mentioned.
Okay. About what?
Sorry, I'm blaming you. That was terrible. Sorry.
I have to work with her.
Is that the other thing about forums that I noticed when I went to post something is the ability to now make a sticky post.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't I put a screenshot of that?
I don't know, but that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, make a post, stick to the top. I haven't got a screenshot of that. That was dumb. Sorry. Anyway, so we'd have to click on that flower if this was the real thing. Click on the cog.
Flag and customizable categories.
Yeah.
And then there's been ages in the making. Sticky posts. Yeah. So it means that you as a teacher or something can make sure that there are some posts that always remain at the top while the rest of the discussion goes on below.
Yeah. You pin it, right?
Pinned.
Yeah.
Pinned? Pinned or sticky?
Pinned.
Who remembers which ones it's called?
Thanks, Christina.
Pinned posts. That's the one. Okay, good. Yes, but I haven't used 3.1, so I found them in 3.2 and was like, yay!
And of course, since we put up this thing for communication in 3.2, actually this is 3.3.
There's 3.3 now.
So there could be even more features that we should be telling you about.
And since we have time, does anyone know of any features in 3.3 that we haven't mentioned, or even 3.2 that we haven't mentioned? 13 years in the making.
Wow.
Do
you want to talk about
rush these things, Gareth?
Gareth's got a mic.
Pinned. You mean with regards to messaging?
No, forums.
Messaging, forums, notifications, anything.
But yeah, Matthew, you can talk about anything you like. As long as it's about communications. So Stuart's been using 3.3 for 3 hours now. He's like a real expert. Oh dear. I agree, Trish. We take things for granted as soon as we get them.
We're like,
we're like,
oh,
I need more
features now.
features.
Now let's get more.
More.
We're so feature hungry.
Yeah, you can lock a discussion in 3.2 and 3.3.
3.2 as well. Yes, Matthew.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Gareth, for clarifying that. But we were excited because messaging is one of those things that for years I've been looking at and going, this could be so much better. Why is it so crap? So it's good. I like it.
You can't go back multiple slides in this thing, can you?
Yes.
Can you select a slide?
Yes.
Ooh, you can.
Which slide would you like to go to?
I don't know.
Oh. You don't actually have a slide in mind. You're just like, I wonder if I can. Yeah, that's us, by the way. We're just gonna sit here and other people can talk. Turn your microphones on. Say hi. Communicate.
This feature here, being able to like search for your course, I think is a really good one in the messaging.
Miss you too, Maureen. Come see us at the WDHB. We're not far from Unitech.
A line break. Is it still the case that a line break sends an email so the
What?
message can be split into several mails?
I'm unaware of this unintended feature.
Gareth and Stefan, one of you turn your mic on and explain what you're talking about.
I just realized a couple of weeks ago when a teacher of mine sent me a message through Moodle with the Moodle messaging system that I had 3 emails because she used enter to send, to get a new line rather than shift enter. Of course, I use shift enter, Gareth, but I'm a techie. Well, not really, but in their eyes, I'm a techie. It's just the natural thing for them to do. As soon as they want a new line, they hit enter, and that created about 5 or 6 emails.
Right, that's what you meant. Why was I thinking something different? I was thinking horizontal rule.
HR, yeah. Like what?
Okay, so there was a question. Using 2.9 had a strange thing happen today. Sorry, the text is really tiny. 2 students were suddenly blocked from sending messages to the teacher. Apart from teacher error, how could this happen? The
They
teacher
probably
could
hit
have
the
blocked
block. Most likely. Yeah, in LinkedIn you can turn on and off the ability to press enter. Yeah, can you do that in Facebook as well? I think you can in Facebook as well.
Trish, the reason we joked about that is because all the avatars are superheroes in their superhero outfits and not in their real life.
Yeah.
So they're already dressed as their avatars.
Hi guys. So I know a little bit about the enter descend thing. There's a huge sort of bonfire on that tracker there. The whole idea was, I believe that Moodle HQ wanted it, that you didn't have enter descend. That it was more like it was designed to be a messaging system rather than an email system. And yet people still, technical people and other teachers tend to use it more formally like an email system. So LinkedIn, yeah, does have an enter descend, and Facebook also has an enter descend. You can choose or not. So we've been asking for that, but so I can hear that hairdryer. Whoops, that's my mom's hairdryer.
I'm like, I don't have a hairdryer here.
No, okay. So there's few arguments. There's a tracker there. So they've now decided to do a few things. I think they will consider adding in the enter descend tick box. But at the moment, when you're typing, if you use Shift Enter, you will get a new line. So that will help.
But that's in messaging, not in forums, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's in messaging.
Yeah, sorry, that's in messaging. Coming back to the pin things in forum, that MDL 372 was 13 years to make it happen, but eventually got loads of votes, and that's there as well.
Read
so I hope that
bun
explains
fight.
it.
372.
What's a bun fight?
Oh, it's when you get in a room and you chuck buns at each other. It's just saying. If you're having a non-destructive, a non-warlike argument. So 372 was pinned, and 57419 is all about the messaging system and doing enter descend and not yes you're right and yes no you're right and yeah no you're wrong and you're old and you're not old and everything. So,
better to be hit with a bun than a plate, okay?
Okay, right. I get the point. It's a British school canteen thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third time lucky. It's too late at night to be typing correctly.
It'd be good to hear if anyone's been trying out the communications on their phones to see how that's working in 3.2 or 3.3.
I don't know where my phone is.
We ran out of time to look into it. But yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Any other questions, comments, cries of pain or joy? Yeah.
Yeah. So do we.
Yeah. Although I don't do it as often as I used to. Tabitha corrected me before, and that never happens.
It works great on the phone, Stuart's telling us.
Oh, great.
The Moodle mobile MOOC.
Yes, do the Moodle mobile MOOC. That's a tongue twister. I don't appreciate tongue twisters at 10 o'clock at night.
Moodle mobile MOOC's already started, though, hasn't it? Hang on. What date does it start?
It has started, hasn't it?
1st of May. Can they still join or fill? First of November. Yeah.
So join it on the 1st of November and have a good play with Moodle Mobile MOOC.
It was 3 weeks ago.
It's like 19 days. It's a bit more than a few.
Yeah.
Who made it the 19th of May already? Thanks,
Thank
guys.
Right, thank you. This has been probably one of the most entertaining sessions I've had, and that's just because you're so lovely, energetic, smiling, laughing. I've never actually laughed and giggled so much in a presentation before.
Someone asked us yesterday if we were drunk.
But at the same time, it was a very, very good walk around for me to actually look at the messaging system and forum system. So that's been very, very useful too. So I didn't just enjoy myself, I actually learned a lot. And I'm sure all the others did as well. So it's been great having you here. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what you say. Take care. Thank you.
This is water, really. Water.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you all tomorrow at